You've been waiting for that. Step on up, swing your back. The first one is the coconut oil formula deep conditioning. Hey guys, LSD here, and today's video is going to be an empties video. I want to get rid of all of my empties before I make my move tomorrow. I'm really excited, really nervous, don't know when this will be up, but yeah, let's just get on into this. I also wanted to make a note that while some of these products may not have worked for me, they may work for you. So if you feel that you're offended by the fact that I didn't like a product that you did, products work differently for other people. Makeup and all that junk is very subjective. So what may work for me may not work for you, and vice versa. I just want to give you guys a little insight on what products have worked for me and that I will be repurchasing because they've worked, and what I won't be repurchasing because they weren't my favorite. Also in this video, I will be getting rid of some products that I never use, I do not like, and I just can't bring myself to empty because of how much they did not work for me. Excuse the sun. The weather has been very temperamental where I live, so I may have some sun for a couple seconds and I may not have some sun. We're just gonna work with it because I do want to get this video out to you guys. The first empty I have is the Dollar General Apricot Scrub, and it is very comparable to the St. Ives. I have already repurchased this. I do really like this for exfoliating my face. After that is the Victoria's Secret Berry Kiss Wild Raspberry and Praline fragrance. And I loved this at first. I thought it smelled so good, and then when it got closer to the bottom, it just started smelling off. And I didn't even have this for that long, so I don't know if this was due to aging or anything, but it just didn't smell good towards the end, so I will not be repurchasing this, unfortunately. We then have the VO5 Herbal Escapes Strengthening Conditioner. I did not like this at all, unfortunately. I did feel that this was very runny, very watery, and it did nothing for my hair, but I did end up using this as a shaving cream, and I mean, worked kind of well like that, but it didn't condition my hair well at all. This was actually gratis when I worked at Bath & Body Works, and it's the Japanese Cherry Blossom 24K Silk Lotion Lab Sample. This, I do not like the smell of Japanese cherry blossom, and I didn't like the way it sat on my skin. I kind of felt like I was beginning to get an allergic reaction from it, so I will be tossing this. This is actually full. I have the Avon Skin So Soft Fusions Dual Softening Body Moisturizer, Soft and Replenish, and this is supposed to smell like lavender. Back in the day, I did sell Avon, so this was new when I was selling Avon, and I had a sample and it smelled really good and I really wanted it, so obviously I bought it. I get a little discount. I don't like the way this feels on your skin, and I don't like the way this applies. I just don't like the texture and the way it sits on your skin. Your skin doesn't soak it up as much. And let me tell you, my legs are dry, so there should be no reason why this isn't getting soaked into my skin. The scent's okay, but after you put it on, you know, your whole body, it just doesn't do much for me. We just can't get over our differences, so I will be giving this away because this is pretty much full, so hopefully someone else likes this in my family. I don't know, I just hit myself in the face. After that, we have the e.l.f. Waterproof Eyeliner Pen. I fell in love with it. I just loved the applicator. I love felt tip pens. This was so easy to make wings and do my liner, and I just loved it. But then, the very next day after I opened this specific one, it dried out on me, and I left the cap on perfectly fine. There's no reason why it should have dried out. So I was a little disappointed, and after that whole debacle, I will not be repurchasing this, unfortunately. We have this Wet n Wild Mega Eyes Defining Marker, and again, this one dried out pretty fast. It started getting patchy, and it wasn't, it just wasn't applying as much, and the felt tip kind of frayed a little, so you weren't getting the precise line that you wanted. I'm gonna go ahead and recommend this to you guys. See if it works well for you, but I will not be repurchasing this. I fell in love with another Wet n Wild liner. I have two makeup removing things. The first one is the Simple Cleansing Facial Wipes. And this comes with a pack of 25, and you go through these so fast. Like, I don't know if other people realize how fast they go through makeup wipes, but sometimes it makes me a little sad knowing that I go through them so fast. I used to love these. I used to think they were the greatest thing. I would rave about them to other people and suggest them all the time. And then I repurchased these. And the second batch, I don't know what was up with it, but I just wasn't feeling it. They weren't as, I hate this word, but they weren't as moist as the first pack that I had of them. And I feel like it didn't sit as well on my skin. It didn't make my skin feel as well as it used to before. But for some reason, I continuously repurchase these. So yes, I have repurchased them, and I'm gonna probably keep repurchasing them until I find my holy grail. And then the second one is the e.l.f. Studio Makeup Removing Cleansing Cloths with lots of dust on it. There's 20 in a pack, and these are really cheap. They're only $3, and they do well taking off my makeup. They don't, I mean, obviously they don't do much for my skin itself like the simple ones are supposed to, but it takes my makeup off very well. They're very cheap. I go through them fast. I have repurchased these. I'll probably continue repurchasing these because they're so cheap, again, until I find my holy grail. Deodorant. Not that exciting, but I love Dove deodorant. This is Dove Clear Tone Skin Renew, and I just really enjoy Dove. I work outside, so it's important that I have a deodorant that works well so that I'm not smelling around the guests and my fellow co-workers, because it's hot in the summer, and I do not smell when I wear Dove. I didn't repurchase this specific kind of Dove, but in my previous haul videos you saw that I repurchased Dove, so I definitely recommend Dove, and will be repurchasing Dove in any various form that I can get it. Speaking of Dove, the Dove shampoo and conditioner are pretty much my holy grail shampoo and conditioners, and so this is the Dove Hair Therapy Damage Solutions Intensive Repair Shampoo with fiber actives, and I love this. I have very fine hair, and this does a good job of not sitting in my hair, leaving my hair feel strong and refreshed and clean, and I recommend this so much to you guys, and I will continuously repurchase this. So, going with the whole hair care theme, it just so happens that I picked this up next, is the Batiste Dry Shampoo, Clean and Classic Original. I hated the scent of this. I hated it. I just thought this would be a nice transition into trying dry shampoos, into trying Batiste, and I ended up really hating the scent. And towards the end of the bottle, it does start to leave a white cast on your hair. So towards the end of this, I was beginning to get very dissatisfied with it. It wasn't working as well as it was towards the beginning, and I really want a dry shampoo that works the same no matter where you are in the bottle. I have repurchased Batiste, but it was a mini travel size. You know how they stick those by the checkout and you're like, oh, and it was a different scent. I do enjoy the scent of that one. I don't know what it is, but after that one's out, I am going to be trying a different kind, and if I don't like that, I'll go back to Batiste. I think it's a good introductory dry shampoo if you guys are looking for something cheap. Then I would recommend this, but I wouldn't recommend this specific scent. As I've mentioned before, I used to sell Avon, and this is the Skin So Soft and Sensual Replenishing Hand Cream, and I loved this. However, I didn't actually use it for my hands or any part of my body. I use lotion a lot of the time to remove my makeup because it's very nice and very gentle on your skin, and it does a very good job of getting your makeup off. And this doesn't have a scent to it, so you can use it around your eye area. And I mean, I honestly can't speak for this as a lotion itself, but as a makeup remover, this stuff did very well. I do like repurchasing these, so whenever I find people selling Avon or their Avon tables at like a random flea market, I try and pick this kind of stuff up. Then is the Avon Nail Wear Pro in French Tip White. And this is not what I use for my current French tips. This is very old. I don't really like Avon Nail Wear Pro, like the ones in the square container that they used to make. I don't know what they're shaped like now. I found that I didn't really like the formula. The formula was very thin, but it was still like pretty opaque. but it would chip very easy. Like, it would crack no matter what top coat you put on, and the color and whatever the oil, I don't know, I feel stupid now, but it separates super easily, and I just didn't like this. So I won't be repurchasing this, and I probably won't go out of my way to buy any other Avon nail polish. We then have my previous Holy Grail mascara. It is the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Exact in Blackest Black. I love this stuff. I couldn't rave about it enough to you. I just think it does wonders to adding volume to my lashes. I am wearing it right now, paired with L'Oreal Telescopic. That is my favorite combination. I do need more volume than length, and this does a great job of doing it. However, this does tend to give you spider-like lashes, and a lot of people don't like that. I happen to like spider lashes, so I always keep grabbing this. I have already repurchased this. I saw this at Target and it was pretty cheap, so I was like, why not? It's the Palmer's Coconut Oil Deep Conditioning Protein Pack. And I would use this maybe once or twice a week in my hair as a deep conditioning mask. And I did like the way it made my hair feel, but I'm not going to go ahead and say that it did anything astonishing for my hair. The scent wasn't very overwhelming afterwards, so you don't have to worry about a coconut scent in your hair if you don't like that. I probably won't be repurchasing this anytime soon. I do prefer other masks that I have tried. But this is a nice small pack to get you introduced to it, and I got probably 20 or so uses out of this. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I don't think so. I used this for a very long time. It lasts very long. A little goes a long way because it's very thick, and there is a little texture to it, so I'm not going to say that it's coconut, you know, sheddings, but it felt like coconut sheddings. I don't know. I won't repurchase this, but I have pretty mixed reviews. I feel a little, I don't know how I feel about it. So this, I have never disliked a product so much in my entire life. This is the number 4 High Performance Hair Care Hydrating Shampoo. This smells like a 99-cent convenience store in the middle of a center city, and I wanted to like this product so bad. I got this from my Birchbox. I am so sorry. I hope that doesn't offend you. I'm just being honest and trying to give people a point of reference. I hated the smell, and the smell lingered for 2 washes with other shampoo after this. I just hated it. It sat in my hair. My hair is very fine. It's very thin. I don't have a lot of it, and this just wasn't good for my hair at all. I did hear other people rave about it, so I'm going to go ahead and say that you know, obviously with any of these products, you go ahead and try it and form your own opinion about it. But for me, this product was, I then have this BioSilk Silk Therapy, and I use this obviously as a heat protectant and to kind of get rid of my flyaways. And you know, I liked it. A little went a long way. I've had this for years, and I only like made it halfway through. Loved it, loved the way it was in my hair. And then I started to try being a little bit more conscious of what is in my hair care products with like parabens and sulfates, and unfortunately this does have some parabens in it. I don't feel comfortable using it because it does have parabens in it, but if you can look past that, I definitely recommend BioSilk. Without a doubt, like, I had no issues with this. I have very fine hair, I've said this before, but this didn't sit in my hair, and it made it feel very healthy after I would heat treat it. I won't be repurchasing this simply for the fact that it has parabens in it. Then is this LA Colors eyeshadow palette, and it's just various shades of blue and various shades of black and gray. And I just didn't like how powdery it is. When you swatch it, it's very opaque, but when you actually put it on, it's super powdery and very patchy and not true to the color that you want. And it's not long lasting in the least, even with a primer. Pretty sure I picked this up at like the dollar store back in the day, and I don't think I actually used all the white. There's a part of me that feels like I dropped this and that's what happened to the white. But I won't be repurchasing this, and I probably won't make any other LA Colors eyeshadow purchases in the near future. I hear people love these, and awesome. I'm glad that you figured out a way to make it work, but I'm just not willing to work with these any longer. And the last two aren't actually makeup products, but candles. I love candles, and I can't wait to be able to burn them in my new apartment. Before that, I was just living in dorms, and you can't have fire in your dorms. I stocked up on tons of candles, and I'm really excited. But I received this as gratis when I was working at Bath & Body Works, and it's the Cranberry Pear Bellini candle. And oh my gosh, I'm so in love with this scent. This is in my top 3 favorite candle scents. I can't even. I just can't describe to you how it smells. I just want to recommend this to you 5 ever. It's finally becoming season for this to come back, and I'm going to stock up on it when they finally put it back on the shelves. If you know when they put it back on the shelves, or it is already on the shelves, let me know down below. And again, with one of my favorite candle scents is the Bali Sunrise Scented Soy Candle from Target. This is just so tropical and fruity, and the scent is so strong and in a good way. Like it definitely spreads the scent throughout your whole room. Just this small one. I do have a small room, so I mean, maybe that has something to do with it. But I already purchased a larger version of this. I just think it smells so delicious, and they're very inexpensive. I believe this small one was only $5. You can get it at Target. So that is all for my empties video. And did I mention this is my first ever empties, which is probably why I have so many products. I hope it gave you guys a good insight as to what products I've loved and repurchased and didn't like, didn't work for me, and won't repurchase. I hope to speak to you guys very soon. I don't know if I can. Again, I'm moving. Things are gonna get a little crazy. But I'll do my best to put up more content for you guys. And I hope you have a good day. And I'll miss you if we don't get to talk. And, till you, bye!